Maybe third time's the charm. Hello, 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 everybody. Say hello as you come on the page. Hi, everyone. Maybe third time's a charm for me to get my 4th day of Christmas in July crafts finished. So I am so glad to be with you again. This is like my, I went live this morning to show my wood round haul. I found a new company that offers wood rounds, and so I went live this morning like at 7, a little after 7, and can't find myself. And then it was my craft around the clock segment day, so I went live at 11:30, and Facebook was not my friend. It kept buffering, it kept being weird, and eventually it just booted me off. So I apologize if you were here. Thank you. Today is one of those days that the enemy is testing my patience. But you know what? When you have the Lord, when you're doing this with the Lord, He just fights your battles for you. So that is what we're doing. We're just pushing through and being flexible. So thank you, Lord, for the flexibility. We need to be flexible. Okay, so just to kind of catch you up to speed, today was my segment for Craft Around the Clock, and also this week I am doing Christmas in July crafts on my YouTube channel, as well on on Facebook. And so I had already had these planned out, so that's why I'm coming back again, because on Craft Around the Clock we only have 45 minutes to craft. We have 45-minute segments, and then the next presenter starts, and so that's why I stopped it, so that way I would be respectful and courteous to the next person. And so then you are on my page now, and I'll continue to do my crafts, and I can just take however long I need to. I'm not going to keep you that long. And probably what I do, because I do upload my craft and chat videos to my YouTube channel, but since I had so many issues today, I will cut, splice, edit, do all that stuff, and just put one video up on my YouTube for day 4 of Christmas in July with Tracy, so that way you just get the gist of everything. Hello, Misty. Hi, Melissa. Yes, Facebook has been messing up lately. Erin, can't wait to see it finish. Thank you so much. Thanks, Becky. Hi, Linda. If you're just catching me now, hello. If you're watching on the replay, hello. All right. So this is where we're at. So this is my Santa. Now let me catch you up to speed. In Craft Around the Clock this week is grocery trash to treasure. So we were encouraged to use things that we buy the grocery store and kind of transform it into something fun. And since I am doing Christmas in July this week, I'm like, oh, perfect. I love crafts. Trash to treasure crafts, and so I'm like, I could just incorporate it in one. So this bottle right here, I'm thinking this is one of my wine cooler bottles, because that's what it kind of looks like. The reason that I don't know is because I painted this last year. I started last year. It doesn't have a name on it. And either that or it's root beer, because my son likes the root beer, drink the root beer out of the bottles. But I think those bottles are dark and this one's light. So this is probably a wine cooler bottle, just for reference, because in some of my other videos, people were asking what kind of bottle I was using. So, but you could use any kind of bottle like this, okay? And so I'm making one of my country Santas. Now this is one I've already done because I just did this one a while back, and it actually, you can paint a Santa face on anything. This right here actually is an old megaphone that I had in my stash, and so I'm a Santa collector, and I like unique, different things. And so this is what I did, and I did it the same way. I just did it on a larger scale. I made the beard larger. I made the eyes larger. You can kind of see. I just made everything on a larger scale, exactly what I did. And so I'm going to show y'all, you know, how I put all of that together. So you're hearing the little jingle bell because the little jingle bells on there. All right. So what I did is I painted well, first I painted the bottle with a coat of this. This is chalk paint. Then I gave it a couple of coats of the crimson, and so that way it doesn't scratch. And then I just made like whatever size I want it for his face. And my favorite color of flesh is this medium flesh color from Delta Ceramcoat. You can get Ceramcoat paint. It's just a personal preference, but I'm sure Apple Barrel has one that is equal to that. You know, that's just my preference. I prefer Americana. That's my number one. And then Ceramcoat's the next. All right. It's a little thicker. And so I paint so much and it's a little thicker and it's just my preference. And so, I did that. And then for his beard, what I use is this all-purpose caulk. It's just from the Dollar Tree, and you can also get this from, you know, any home improvement store, Lowe's, Home Depot, you know, Walmart, anything like that. And so what I did is I just used my little palette knife and I just kind of spread it on like you're frosting a cupcake. And so then I let it dry. I've been doing this many years for my Santas and my Uncle Sam's. I just like it. I like the look. I like the puffiness of it. And I just like the dimension. Y'all know me. I like dimension. All right. And so then, you know, you can kind of see that it is like, you know, distressed a bit. So then here in a little cup, I just put some brown paint. This is just milk chocolate. I watered that down, kind of like to, you know, very, very thin. And I just, you know, swish that on. Then I wiped off the excess with the baby wipe. His nose is a 3/8 inch wood furniture plug that you can get, you know, in the, like, I get mine at Hobby Lobby, but you can get, you know, those little plugs anywhere. And those are the things I like to use for my nose. And so I just made some little eyes, put some little eyelashes on the way that I like. I like the more whimsical look. And so then the cheeks are just coral color. And I just put those on and put some little lines on there. I like the little more whimsical face. And of course, I had to add my black splatter and my white splatter. So, and then this is the varnish I like to use. So now y'all are up to speed. Okay. Now y'all are up to speed. All right. So then for his hat, I like to use these old socks. I like to use these old socks. And I had 2 projects planned for my grocery trash to treasure segment of Craft Round the Clock today. And then when I was having technical difficulties, that's why I had to come back later and do it. So I'm going to go ahead and bend you down so that you can see my table. All right. Okay. So, usually what I do is I will grunge up my socks. These are just old socks. And, you know, I will like just put, like, tea stain them. That's what I'll do. I'll tea stain. I haven't made a bunch of these, but when I was doing these, selling these at craft shows, I would make a whole bunch of them and like put them in a bucket, and then I would lay them out, you know, just to dry, put them out in the sun or whatever, and then they would dry. But I totally forgot that step. So what I did is I pulled out my glimmering mist. This is I don't know what color this is. Craft. It's craft. I don't even know. This is something I had on hand, so I don't even know if you can get this. And I just sprayed it. And I just sprayed it and grunched it up. And then also what I'll do is I will use, once I get the Santa, the hat on, I will put it on the bottle, and then I'll, you know, kind of just grunge it up a little bit more. Anyway, so to give it a little more substance, a little fluff, I just use some stuffing. And so for my little hat, I just kind of figure out the placement. Misty says, hey, my friend, push through and don't let the evil win. You are right, girlfriend. You are so right. And you know what? I just thought about it. I use these bigger socks on like the bigger things like this, bigger jars and different things like this. And on bottles like this, I would use kid socks. But we are going to make this do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack it down just a tad, and then I'll have to be a little creative in the back, because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a rubber band. Get a rubber band, and then that's going to kind of hold it. And then I will take the rest of you know, like the part of the sock, and I'll bend it over. Let's glue that. When I was doing these Santas back in the day, and I know I have some local friends that watch my videos, are going to be like, oh, you used to make those in the 90s when you was doing them craft shows. Yep. And I just love them, and it's just kind of my style. For a long time, I didn't get into gnomes. I'm like, no, I like my Santas, you know, I just couldn't get into the gnomes, but then they kind of grew on me. And so I just tack that down like that. And see this, I cut off the rim already so that I could work with it a little bit better. And then what I'm going to do is I will turn this all down so that it covers it all up. And if you don't have old socks, you could, you know, Dollar Tree, any kind of, you know, place like that has cute socks. But I never threw any socks away. I just always recycled them and made them. And the thinner, the better. The more grungy, the better. It really was just a thing. Hi, Miss Rose from Tulsa. Thank you so much for being here. So I just kind of like bend those, like crease the flaps. So just kind of do it like that. All right. So then on, I don't know what video, I had shared how I do the mustache. And so this yarn right here is some yarn that I have had on hand for many years. I think I got mine at Hobby Lobby, but my friend Erin said that she bought some yarn similar to this last year at Michael's. So if you're interested in this type of yarn, I don't have the tag. You know, I had taken that tag off, so you know, I don't know what it's called. And what I do is I just wrap it around about 4 times. I just wrapped it around my fingers. I tied it off in the middle, and then what I did is I used my cutter bees. I love these. You can get in there and cut those loops. Make sure and tie it off before you cut your loops. When you tie it off and you cut your loops, then it all stays together. And then, because if it's a little wiry, then you know, you can cut off whatever you need. So then I'll just put that little mustache right here. Kind of fluff up his beard. So look at there. Oh goodness, love him. Love the little Santas. Okay, so then now I'm left with all of this. And so I need to cut off the, let's see, cut off about that much. Cut off, I call it the toe, I guess it is the toe. And so then I'm left with an opening here. And, you know, I kind of like stretch that out and kind of distress that and, you know, make it all wiry and stuff. That's what I like. And so then I just take some stuffing. So Miss Dawn says pick up socks at resale shops. Absolutely. Anywhere you can get some socks. Yard sales, resale shops. People are always, you know, losing socks, that kind of thing. One of the things that I do with my family is, and it actually makes a world of difference so you don't lose the socks, is take safety pins. Like when you take the socks off, I have them hook them together, like in the top part. And so, I mean, they go through the washer, they go through the dryer, they all stay together. And so safety pins work wonderful. And so then when I fold the clothes, I just pull them off and they're stuck together. I got that tip off of one of those websites that have like tips that make your life easier. And so I've been doing that ever since. It took a little bit of time to get everybody on board, but I'm like, well, if you want me to do your laundry, I'm not going to be, you know, and what I'm doing, guys, is I'm just making it this thicker down here so that it's not so flat against the neck of the bottle. I'm just positioning it. And so I had told him, I said, if you want me to do your laundry, I'm not going to be spending 5 minutes, you know, trying to find mates to a sock. So do it together or do your own. And so guess what? They do it. So anyway, okay. So once I get the, you know, kind of like the stuffing that I like, might be a little bit too thick right there. Then I just kind of bring him over here, or bring this over here. And then like where the heel of the sock is, I usually try to stick that in so it's not poking out. I'll just glue that. And every sock has a mind of its own. Every single one. You can do 2 different projects and it's just going to be different for each one. I want that to come down a little bit more. So I'm going to glue this. Oh, hey, Kim with Tattered Designs. Guys, if y'all are not following Miss Kim with Tattered Designs, please do, because she has, Kim, I don't know if I was going to send you a message to let you know, you have restored, had gotten me so excited about the grunge, the primitive country, the just tattered, worn, and actually you were the inspiration why I pulled out one of my Santas to do today for the grocery trash to treasure for Craft Around the Clock, because you just got me excited again about the grunginess of it, because I love it so very much. So very much. Okay, so then now I just have a piece of homespun, and then I just take like where the toe was. Oh wait, I got to get some wire first and tie on my jingle bells. Now these jingle bells are from Hobby Lobby. I don't know if they, during their Christmas season, if they have this size anymore. I think they have the bigger ones, but I don't know if they have these smaller ones, but crossing fingers, crossing fingers. You never know, because they always have a lot of different things. You know, they start with something and then they change out and they go to something else. So what I do is I just take some wire and Just wire these jingle bells on. Hi, Lisa Del Valle. Sorry, I probably totally tortured your name. She's watching from Southern California. Thank you so much. I just twist that on. Cut off the excess wire. And then I can already tell that my end is a little bit too long. So then I always, you know, cut like my sock. I can always cut off. I can never put back on. So I kind of cut off what I need. Oh, you are so welcome, Miss Kim. I tell you, you are just a delight to watch. I just love watching you, and I don't quite comment as much only because I have you on when I'm like doing stuff. I'm not like sitting at my computer, you know, to comment, but I'm like have you on watching you. Just amazing. Thanks, Melissa, for following along. And if anyone else is here that has a business page, feel free to comment as your business page, or and or put your link to your page in the comments. You do have my permission to do that. So anyway, I just put some little homespun in there. So here is the one that I'm referencing to. This is one that I've done before. And so I'm just kind of, you know, this is just kind of what I do. That's just my style. And so I'm doing the same thing. I'm just doing it on a smaller scale. This was a wine cooler bottle, and this was a megaphone that I had got from Hobby Lobby. And so anyway, so I'm just doing that. And then since I'm doing Christmas in July this week, and we are doing Trash to Treasure in Trash to Treasure. Grocery Trash to Treasure. So I'm just putting some pine on there. You're doing great, Miss Kim, with Tattered Designs. You're doing great. She said she doesn't comment as much. Because me, I don't like sit at my computer and watch. I'm like busy. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. That's why I wanted to finish this today, because I'm doing day 4 of my Christmas in July. So I needed to finish this. So I just glued some pine on there. And then I have some pit berries. I'm thinking these pit berries came from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, I can kind of tell by the way that they're made. All right, Miss Kim put her link there in the comments. So friends, if you like this style, if you like grungy, primitive country look, you are going to love Kim's designs if you are not already following her. She is also a craft circle sister in Craft Round the Clock, and so she goes live on her page as well. And so, whoops. So there we go, little Santa. And then, like I said, every sock has its own mind, has a mind of its own. Has a mind of its own. So if I don't like the way that it's laying, I'll just glue it. I will just glue it. Hey guys, if a free way to help us crafters is by spreading the charm. That's just my, since my page name is Country Charm, just spread the charm, on your page, or on, in the free crafting groups, the public ones that allow that. It's just a free way to help us, and also by giving us the like and the hearts in that. I heard one of my fellow Circle Sisters say that if someone doesn't like something and puts a mad face, that counts against us. So I didn't know that. So that's good. I don't usually use that emoji, but it's good to know. It is good to know. Thank you. Thanks, Misty. Thanks, Linda. So there we go. So like I said, this was a megaphone. I got those megaphones at Hobby Lobby years ago, and so I was like, I'm a Santa collector, so I just like paint. You can paint Santa faces, snowman faces, reindeer faces on just about anything, and so this is just a bottle version of this. So anyway, that's what I did. That was my first project that I was going to do for my grocery trash to treasure craft round the clock segment. And so for the beard, I use all purpose caulk, and I just picked this one up at the Dollar Tree. And the reason that I have it in a plastic bag, a Ziploc bag, is because I guess I picked up one that didn't have the cap. So once I opened it, it's no way to keep it from drying out. So I needed to go ahead and just put it in the plastic bag, which is not foolproof. So I'm going to have to use that up. Probably have to do some more. Okay. So for my second project, since it was trash to treasure grocery, what I'm going to do is make a little Christmas sign. And so I was trying to think, what can I use? So I had cleaned out I'm a Sprite drinker. That's my drink of choice. And so I'm like, oh, well, I can use that for my Christmas tree. Well, then during my commercial break, my grandson, he stays with me, during the day. He had one at lunch. And so then there was one that he loves bugles, which I do too. And so he got the last pack and he was going to throw this away. I went, wait a minute. Wait, maybe I can use that. So that's what I'm going to do, because it tears a little bit better. So I tore off just the flap, and I'm like, I love that tattered edge. So I think that's what I'm going to use for my Christmas tree. So this morning when I was getting everything ready, I had tore off a part of the Sprite, but then now that I have this, I like this a little bit better. Okay. So then, so what I did was, so this is just a piece of beadboard that I had on hand. I had my husband cut it down to just different sizes. And so I thought, hey, I'll decorate that. And so what I'm going to do is to get the center of my tree, what I did is just kind of bend it in half just to give me a point. We're doing trash to treasure in the Craft Around the Clock group this week. And so that's what I'm doing. And it's also my Christmas in July series that I do every July during this week. And so I said, well, that is what I will do. I want to make sure that I don't get it too large. So I'm just taking my ruler and just drawing that out just to give me a guide. Just like that. Okay. All right. So then I'm going to tear the edges to give it a little tattered edge. And so then see how it gives that, I'm sorry, it was out of frame, how it gives that little tattered edge. And so then I just put my finger like right here, and then I guide my finger and pull this part toward my body, and then that exposes this edge. And so that kind of just going along with the theme that I have, that I like to do. And so then by just penciling that out, it kind of gives me that guide as well. So then I don't have to guesstimate. So there we have that. So then in order to get, let me see, I might need to cut it just a bit to get it started. And then I turned it around like this is the bottom of the tree, and to get the tattered edge on here, or the torn edge, I need to turn it over and then kind of work backwards so that it gives me the torn edge. Just like that. It's amazing what you can create from trash. Just from trash. Okay, and so, whoops, wrong side. I'm going to cut it a little bit because I want to give this bottom a torn edge also. All right. And so I'm going to paint it, so it's okay if my lines are showing my pencil lines. So I have my holly green. This is the color that I'm going to use, holly green. Let me get a new one. I just buy these foam plates from the Dollar Tree. I just like the size of them. Get a whole pack. It had 30 of them in there. And so, I don't know, my preference, that's just my preference of what I like to use. And so, let me see, I'm trying to find a brush. I had just picked these brushes up a few weeks ago, so let's try these. These are from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby. Haven't even opened them yet. I was just looking around at the brushes, and so I'm like, oh, those are interesting. And so there are bristle brush set. It says acrylic and watercolor. So I'm going to use this number 20 because I like the wispiness. I don't want it to have full coverage. That's why I'm using these. And so I'm like, they were on sale. And so hi Diane. Oh, thanks Misty. Thank you. Hey Tees, Creations and Designs. Thank y'all for being here. And so this is the number 20. It's a fine touch. I got this at Hobby Lobby, this set. And so I like these bristles on here. So let's give this a try. I'll go this way maybe. I wanted a little of the brown to show through because I want it to be distressed. We're doing some trash to treasure. Okay. Trash to treasure. All right. So then that's how that looks right now. I like that. I like that. I don't want it to be solid. I want it to be just spotty. And so, like I said, these brushes came from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby, my favorite store. So when they have them on sale, that is wonderful. That is a score. Alrighty. Oh, here. I'm like, where's my trunk of my tree? where's my trunk? So, like I had mentioned earlier, for the trunk of my tree, since we're doing grocery trash to treasure, this is just a paper towel roll. I cut off a part of that, and what I did is I attempted. I think this is my crimper. I've had this thing for many years, and I think it's too loose. I think I need to get another one. I don't think they're that expensive because it usually crinkles it up. And so I think my crimper is just a little, I think it's crimped out. So I know you can get those anywhere. So I'm going to use some brown paint to paint that. Thank you, Chris. You like my apron? I got this at Hobby Lobby, my favorite store. It was part of their spring collection. So I know that they're clearancing out a lot of stuff. So you can, you know, if they have some aprons left, check it out. Check it out. So I'm going to use another one of these brushes, these bristle brushes that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just not trying to be total coverage, just kind of, you know, brushing that on like that. Just like that. Just tie it all in. If this is a trash to treasure, we don't want anything that's perfect. Good afternoon, Miss Maureen. Okay. So then what I thought I was going to do is I had torn this off. This was part of my Sprite you know, cardboard box that I was going to recycle, but then I thought, I could use that for my segment of Craft Around the Clock. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and paint this. I'm going to use this buttermilk paint just to give it some color. And I usually upload all of my craft and chat sessions when I craft live. I upload the replays to YouTube, but since I was having some technical difficulties and Facebook kicked me off and I had to restart the video, and then now I have to start here, what I'll do is I will combine them all. I'll edit it and kind of do a voiceover and that kind of thing, so that, because this is day 4 of my Christmas in July series for 2022. All right, so I just kind of, this is going to be the banner that I'm going to write Country Christmas on. Well, hello, I just knocked over my drink, which is my Sprite. Thank goodness it did not spill. Oh, goodness. Some went in my drawer. Sorry about that, guy. I am just really struggling today. But the enemy will not win. He will not win. Okay, so let's see. Let me move out of the way. This over here. Oh, you're sweet, Kim. Me creative. Girl, you do some of this stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness, I would have never thought of that. Thank goodness that I did not spill all of my drink on my floor. That would not have been good. You know, bad things are going to happen, but it could have been worse. It could have been worse. Okay, so this is drying up. So I'm trying to crinkle this. All right, and so let me find, I was trying to find my black Sharpie marker. Just writing Country Christmas. And you know, I'm old school, so I love the dots on the ends of my letters. I love my doodles and my squiggles. Okay. So I am, I was waiting for it to like boot me off, and thank goodness it didn't. So I apologize. I don't know what is going on. So anyway, so I hand lettered Country Christmas. So I may have lost some of y'all because of silly Facebook. Grr. Okay. So, I'm doing Trash to Treasure, that is, and also Country Christmas in part of what I'm doing for my page, and also in Craft Round the Clock. So I made this Santa earlier. I used I think it was a wine cooler bottle, but you can, you know, you get different bottles like this. It has the neck on it. I made a little country Santa. Little country Santa. Now I'm going to take my fan brush, and I appreciate y'all being here. Like I said, I am going to you know, edit and do just one video for my crafts. So then now what I'm going to do is go this way like this. This is just actually it was part of this Bugles box. Not sponsored. We were just doing Trash to Treasure from grocery, Trash to Treasure in Craft Around the Clock. So that's why I'm doing that. Okay, so then my little stump of my tree, trunk of my tree is cut from a paper towel holder. All right, thank y'all for hanging with me during all these technical difficulties today. I don't know if everybody's having difficulty or if it's just me. I don't know. Why am I taking the lid off? I mean, like totally taking off the whole thing. I'm not sure why I'm doing that. I guess because Facebook is rattling me. I'm trying not to get rattled. But yeah, it's frustrating. You know, when you're trying to use their platform, and then I don't know, things are just not working very good. Okay, so then now I'm going to use primary red. It's my favorite. And then I have this bigger brush, and I'm going to do some dots on here, just using the end of my brush. And I'm persistent because this is day 4 of my Christmas in July series that I'm doing on my page. And so I had these crafts planned, and so I need to get my video uploaded to YouTube. Thank you, Misty. Misty says you're doing amazing. Facebook is definitely testing you and a lot of others today. You're coming out ahead, though, my friend. Thank you. When you have the Lord on your side, you know, the enemy, he tries, but he's not going to defeat me. You know, and if I get booted again, then what I'll do is I will pre-record it to finish, upload it to my YouTube channel, you know, make sure that y'all can see it. And yeah, that's just what we have to do. Just keep pressing on. Thank you for saying that. Okay, so I'm taking my little detailing brush. It's been with me for many years, and I'm not sure how much y'all saw, but I just took my black Sharpie marker and I just hand lettered Country Christmas. And so then what I like to do is just put, just to make the dot stand out a little more, I just kind of put a little swoosh what I can. I'm trying to hurry because I don't want to take up so much of y'all's time. So I have been really enjoying the Christmas in July, and there are a lot of creators doing it, you know, and it's just a way to, you know, kind of break up the summer, beat the heat, get yourself excited, you know, for something else. And so just by adding the little bit, you know, of white in there, or the buttermilk, kind of just, you know, brings those dots out. Okay. And since this is cardboard, it's going to dry. It's going to dry hopefully quick. Okay, and so I like to paint splatter. I choose to use just a stiff brush. Just gonna paint splatter these things. And I just use a stick and just go over my bristles, this like bristle toward the stick toward my body, so that the paint projects onto whatever I want it to. I get comments, and I get actually private messages to ask exactly what they need to do, because they say all of the paint went on them, and I'm like, oh no. So that's why I say that almost every time. I'm like, go across the bristles toward your body, not away from your body, because then the paint would go all on you, and I guess that's what happened. So, and then as you can see, you have to cover your table because it gets messy. And the reason that I say that is someone sent me a message one time and said, thank you very much, because I used your paint splattering technique and it went all over my carpet. And I'm like, really? Okay. So, and then the bag is catching me. Yeah, the enemy is on me today. I'm not sure why he is testing me today, but you know what? He's not going to win. He is not going to win. All right. Let's kind of dry that up a little bit. And so that's just how my tree is going to look. And then this little banner is going to go across here. That's kind of what my thought was for the trash to treasure grocery thing. Let me see. I didn't give this one a lot of thought. Do you hide things from yourself? You know, like, where's my... I'm looking for my sanding sponge. That's what I'm looking for. He probably hid it from me too, meaning the devil. Anyway. Okay, so we're just going to go with it. All right, we're just going to push through. All right, so let's see. I'm going to use one of these. I'm going to use this one. Thank you, Kim. I hope so. I'm determined to finish this. I'm determined to finish this. Okay, so I'm taking another one of those bristle brushes that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just using that brown milk chocolate paint, and I'm getting off a lot of it, and I'm just going to just kind of go over this beadboard. Just kind of distressing it just to give it just a little bit. Oh, I found him. See, he is not going to win. He is not going to win, guys. I'm like, I know those sanding sponges are here. Okay. All right, here we go. And I got a little too heavy. So let me see what. Well, I'll just do it like that to make it all look even. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. And then probably what I'll do is I'll probably see, I have some homespun fabric that I was going to put around, and what I'll probably do is tie a piece of it to make a hanger. That's probably what I will do to do that. Okay, so then this is why my videos, that's why I do better with pre-recorded videos, because I have so many steps. I do so many different things in my videos. So I guess I started out, I've been on YouTube for so long. I've been on YouTube even before they had live video on Facebook. So now I'm just going to do some paint splattering on here. So there we go. This is turning out even better than what I had pictured in my head. It really is. Okay. And so then I'm going to use some Vintage Photo Distress ink. That is my favorite distressing ink. And I just use a little finger dauber, but you know, there are a lot of different crafters that use different ones. And I just like to go around and just give it, I'm trying to not put my finger in the red because some of these dots are still wet. So I'm trying not to put my finger in there. I just had somebody ask me about this distress ink last night, so that's why I'm mentioning it. You can get it at Hobby Lobby or Amazon or different places that sell this little distress ink. Vintage Photo is just my preference. I know there are a lot of crafters that use Vintage Photo. It just kind of adds just a little depth to your projects. So I'm just going around my sign as well. And you know what? I found my sponges and I didn't even use them. I have to wait till the paint dries. That's all right. Okay. All right, Trace, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Okay, so I have so much stuff. I had picked up a lot of these from Joann's a couple of years ago. Do they have a 2019? So I don't know if, I don't think this was 2009. I don't think I've had them that long, but maybe 2020. Sometimes they carry them over from one year to the next. And so I'm just going to wrap my tree with this, and I'm trying to be oh so careful to not put I need to get some tape. trying to be so careful as to not put my finger, because as I said, some of those dots are still wet. They still, you can see in the middle. So I'm gonna put some tape. Being fancy. I'm being so fancy. So I'm gonna wrap this around. And since I'm going to add some dimension underneath my tree, it's okay. And so this is kind of like on a little pitberry garland wire. Wrap around my tree. This is totally trash to treasure. Like, this is like garbage that you know, like this box. And who knows? Somebody might leave me a comment and say, that's totally garbage. Literally. I had somebody leave me a comment on YouTube, I don't know, one day recently, and said, you talk too much. I'm like, I'm a how-to channel. I'm a how-to crafter. Like, so I tell you what I'm doing because I'm teaching you what I do. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier on one of the other videos, for dimension, I've been using this fun foam. It comes in different colors, all different colors. This is the 5M, so it's a little bit thicker than the thinner. And so I've been liking this. I'm going to use it for dimension underneath. That's what we're going to do. You're sweet, Kim. Kim says, best garbage she's ever seen. You're sweet, girl. Like I mentioned, if you're just popping on, if you are not following Kim with Tattered Designs, if you like the stuff that I do, guys, you will love, love, love her stuff. If you like grungy and primitive and just country goodness, oh gosh, you will love Miss Kim. So usually I cut these apart, but I was like, well, let me see if I can. That's what I need to do, is just kind of glue these in between my garbage. We're doing it's grocery trash to treasure in Craft Round the Clock this week, and so today was my day for my segment, and Facebook was not my friend, and he booted me off earlier, and he almost booted me off again, but we're pressing through. And so, as I mentioned, I'll edit the video down, you know, to combine everything so it's not so long, and then upload it to my YouTube channel. So then this just kind of gives some depth or some height. And this fun foam, it's so easy to cut, and I just love the dimension of it. So since I'm doing Christmas in July this week also, I'm determined to finish this because that's what I had told my community what I was doing. So I wanted to follow through. But FB is testing my patience today. But I will not let him win. Okay, so then let's see. Do I want? No, I don't think I want any definition on. I mean, not definition. Depth. I don't want any pickup. Okay. So then, yeah, and I just completely forgot to sand it again. I didn't even need it, I guess. I was fussing for no reason. If my kids were here, they would say, "What's new?" What's new? You do that all the time, Mom. So then now I'm just going to glue my trash to, let me put this down. Try not to get my fingers in the red part. Last night we were watching something on TV and they came with a commercial for back to school. See, and I put my finger in there. I did it anyway, so I'll have to clean that up. That's why we got baby wipes. I didn't stick my finger in the right way. See, right there, that no problem. I just cleaned that up. Oh, yes. Thank you. And then I must have had it on my finger. Okay. All right. And I like where it's not just straight. I like that it's kind of like cattywampus. Like me today. Cattywampus. So I left this one part up here so that I could kind of position it. Get my jingle bells to the front. So these jingle bells came from Joann's. And I had picked them up when they were like, after the sale. I mean, after the season, rather. When they were really on sale. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Barbara. Barbara says, love the tree. Never thought to use boxes in my crafts. Yes. Well, Miss Tracy, who is the hostess she's the owner of Craft Round the Clock. This is a theme week with Craft Round the Clock. And so it is grocery trash to treasure. And so we needed to use things that we would throw away that were bought from the grocery store. And so it's not just a trash to treasure. And so, I was like, oh, no problem. My little thing was coming undone, but we're going to glue it. And then we'll glue this down, kind of hold it. I guess that tape was not strong enough. But the way that my day's been going, there is nothing's going to surprise me. Guys, this is looking so good. This is just an old piece of beadboard that I had on hand. The tree, I just tore it off of this box. This box, it was a bugle box. I just like the way that I could tear the edges and all of that stuff. Thank y'all so much. Okay. And then what I was going to do is I had a piece of homespun fabric, and and I just say it because sometimes I'll go back, and I do. I know I can't see your comments now. I'm just when I'm picking up my head, I can see whoever was the last one. But I go back and I read all the comments. I try to acknowledge them, answer any questions. And so homespun is fabric that you can see on both sides. Usually it's in a check gingham plaid pattern, and you can get homespun at Hobby Lobby, Joann Fabrics. There is also a online shop called Jubilee Fabrics, and that is a place that I have gotten some homespun before, and they're actually all homespun. It is amazing. So if you're looking for different types of, I think Walmart even has homespun. I think Walmart even has some kind of homespun. Yes, this is, Linda says, truly a trash to treasure craft. Yes, ma'am. This is truly a trash to treasure craft. And so I'm insistent because I promised that I was doing Craft Around Christmas in July. And so, you dummy, I was going to tie those on there. I'm so used to making a knot and gluing them on, but when I had these Jingle Bell garlands, I was just going to tie them on. Guys, don't make the same mistake that I'm making today. And if you're watching on the replay and you're just hopping on and you're like, what in the world is this girl talking about? Yeah, Facebook has not been nice to me today. It's been booting me off. It's been just technical difficulties. I hope my fellow crafting sisters in Craft Around the Clock do not have the same troubles that I'm having. And somebody said, why are you tying those in a bow? You could just totally tie those onto your little garland. I heard you, girl. I heard ya. Hey, Paula. Thanks for hopping on. Just finishing up my Trash to Treasure Christmas in July craft. I just tore out a Christmas tree from a bugle box. And one piece. Let's see if I can tie this here. Nope, that's too short. And then the trunk of the tree is, I cut off a piece from that paper towel roll. Y'all, I have a big old mess. A big mess to clean up. But at least I found my sanding sponges. You know. So I was thinking about, let me see, is that too big? You know, when Hobby Lobby has these, like when they're clearancing them out, I like buy a whole bunch of them. Yeah, I think this is, those are, yeah. I mean, if you wanted a bigger star, but I don't have enough room. So that's what I was going to do. I was going to put a star there. And so these stars are beveled. And so sometimes I can get 2 stars out of them. They're little tree, trim a tree. They have a little hook on them. And so hammer, my little mallet. Yeah, this one stayed together. Sometimes they come apart and then I get 2, which I could take it apart. But I like when it like separates like that, because it gives, you know, the dimension of it. Okay. And as I mentioned earlier, I have a love-hate relationship with E6000. And so I always get the tubes, the small tubes like this. I get a big old box of them from Amazon because I can control it a little bit better than the big tube. Oh gosh. I'm upside down, so I'm like, put your star the right way, Trace. Put your star the right way. So I just glue that on there. So I like to do a combination of E6000 and hot glue. The E6000 holds it. Tear a piece of this off so that it would be even, because I kind of got off a little bit. Y'all, I am loving this. I am truly a country crafter. Oh, I do have brown. I was like, I don't want that green. I want it brown. and ask and you shall receive. So you can get this at Hobby Lobby. You can get it in different colors. This is the 5M. They have different colors. And so I like to use this just for little, I like dimension for my projects. And if you're saying, what in the heck did you use for your sign? Well, it's grocery trash to treasure in Craft Around the Clock. So this is part of a Sprite box. Here's the other part. Sprite is my drink of choice. So that's why so I can use that for my segment of Craft Around the Clock. And sure enough. And so then I was having some technical difficulties. Facebook booted me off, and I ended up having to, because we only have 45-minute segments, so then I ended up having to come back, which I'm doing now. And it worked out good because my grandson is with me, you know, because he's out of school for the summer. And so he needed lunch, and then he loves bugles. And so he got the last bag and was going to recycle this. And I went, wait a minute, that might work good for my Christmas tree, because I was going to use part of the Sprite box for that. But I like it the way that this tore a little bit better. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Like I said, I put so much stuff into my projects. And you know, a good country Christmas is not complete without raffia. So we got to do some raffia. And I probably should have put this on before. I forgot that I was going to put raffia on there. Usually I'll tie it around, but I may need to just tie a bow. Just kind of like tie it like this. And sometimes I like the wispy tails of the raffia. And sometimes thinner is better. Boy, the raffia, thinner is better. So there's like that. This is truly trash to treasure. Oh my god, yeah, you're not gonna be able to find this in the store. This is truly a handmade thing, and I can't wait for Christmas because I'm gonna pull it out and go, oh, I remember making that. So then now I'm gonna take another piece of homespun, and so I like the torn edges. Just take my scissors and get a little slit in there, and then just tear it. And so all right, so you know, you can put, like, you can glue it, staple it, you know, just make sure that your staples aren't thick enough where it'll go through, or jute will look really cute too, but since I already have this torn, I'm gonna use this. And so I'm gonna knot it about, let me see, 3 times. Thanks, Chris. Chris says it's turning out so cute. She never would have thought this came from cardboard. That's right, girl. Thank you so much. So I'm just knotted that up about 3 times, and then I probably need to glue this with E6000. Oh, here it is. Hurry, Tracy. I like to do both. I like to do E6000 and hot glue. Hurry, hurry for my hot glue dries. And so then I'm going to put that there, and then figure out how long I want that. And that is not going to cut that. And so then on this side, I'm going to put a knot in there about 3 times. Guys, if y'all are still with me, you are a treasure. You are a gift from the Lord above. You know, that's what I kept saying. I'm like, Lord, you're doing this with me. The devil is messing with me. He's, you know, messing with my Facebook and all that stuff. So, you know, we're doing this together. And so he's the one who gives me the strength to get through this and has given me these wonderful friends. So you are a gift from the Lord. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today in all of my lives and all of my struggles. And when I watch these back, I'm going to be like, oh my goodness, girl, you were a hot mess. You were a hot mess. So then, probably what I would do is I probably would take one of my clamps and clamp those and let that dry completely. Let that E6000 dry completely, you know, so that I didn't have any issue it coming off. Because with the way my day is going today, it'll probably come off. It would. It really would. It really would come off today. Just like my microphone just came off. Oh my goodness. You have my permission to laugh. But you know what? We did it. I got my tree done. My country Christmas tree. I also got my Santa done. Okay, so just to recap a little bit, it was Trash to Treasure Grocery, Trash to Treasure Week in the Craft Round the Clock group. And so we were encouraged to use things from the grocery store that would be thrown away. And so my wine cooler, my wine cooler, because that's what I usually drink if I do drink anything. Anyway, that's just a bottle because they come in the clear bottle. And so I painted up this little Santa. Oh, so cute, so cute. I usually use different greenery, but a lot of my Christmas stuff is still packed away, and so I had to use what I could get my hands on. And so I had made this one previously. This is just you can paint a Santa face on anything. This was just a megaphone that I got from Hobby Lobby. Our school colors are this Kelly green, and so who knows why I got it. Who knows? I mean, I probably had an idea and then never used them. And so I'm like, I'm going to paint a Santa face on there. So I just did it the same way that I did this one. Turn it the right way. I just did it on a larger scale. Just, you know, everything, the eyes are larger, the cheeks, I use caulking for the beard, yarn for the mustache, put all this fun stuff on there. And then since it was grocery Trash to Treasure, we were encouraged to use stuff we would throw away. So this is from a Bugles snack box. And then this is from a paper towel roll. This is from a Sprite bottle, Sprite box. And I just put a little rusty star, put some homespun on there, and we're good to go. So guys, I appreciate you all. Love you. Thank you so much for being patient, for sticking with me today. And like I said, I will, edit everything down, because otherwise this will be 6 hours long because I had to start and stop. And I had technical difficulties. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, thank y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.